Hello dear viewers and welcome back on my channel.
Here I come! Time for shots!
Today I want to show you some personal gameplay tips for my favorite Dota 2 character, the Witch Doctor.
My soul satchel is full!
But first I want to mention that I'm really not an experienced Dota 2 player. I'm just about 100 hours into the game.
You darken my eyes!
So please keep in mind that this video is seen from perspective of a noob like me, directed to other beginners. The Witch Doctor is a support character.
Oh yeah!
So when playing the Witch Doctor, your main task is helping out the other heroes of your team. As supporting hero, you're usually the character who has to buy the animal courier at the beginning of the game. Next, I normally buy a town portal scroll, an observer ward and a tango. The rest of the money I usually spend on clarity mana potions. Then I join one of the carrying heroes on his lane. Also, I prefer to be on the top or bottom lane when playing the Witch Doctor. I help the carrier hero to gain levels and gold, while trying to not steal his last hits.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Respectively, not too many of them. Place the observer ward in places predestinated for the enemy to ambush you. If the enemy team has the bounty hunter, I place some sentry wards in the lane he is playing in from time to time. Always try to heal the heroes you're supporting. If a hero you're supporting is running low on health and has to run away, always run with him and heal him constantly. With this you might save him from being killed. Or in some occasions you can at least score a counter-strike. Like in this example, where I had no mana left to heal. The main skills I'm investing in are Paralyzing Cask and Voodoo Restoration.
With vim and vigor!
Investing into Death Ward from level 6 and onwards. While Maledict also is a pretty powerful skill, it is hard to aim and therefore harder to use than the other skills of the Witch Doctor. When casting Maledict, the enemy heroes often already have left the area where you place Maledict. This makes the skill harder to use effectively. After you invested your first skill point on Death Ward on level 6, you can then start to try ambush your enemies with this skill. Place yourself somewhere you can't be seen by the enemy. Try to place the Death Ward as near as possible or even behind the enemy, so if the enemy wants to run away, the Death Ward has more time to damage the enemy. Also, from time to time situations arise where you can sneak up your enemy from behind and place the Death Ward directly beneath the enemy hero. As soon as you can afford Akanim's Scepter,
Well.
the projectiles of the Death Ward jump from enemy to enemy up to 4 times, making the Death Ward even more dangerous for the enemy team than anyway.
Middle is missing!
Let's talk about the item build for a moment. After I've reached level 6, I start shopping some basic items. First thing I usually buy is the Boots of Speed. These I can later upgrade to the Arcane Boots, and if I have enough money in the late game, I can even combine it with Mechanism and get the Guardian Greaves. This item is very powerful for a support character, as it heals the mana and the health of the other heroes of my team at the same time. If you can't get enough money for the Guardian Greaves, you will have at least the Arcane Boots. Those will come in very handy to restore your mana and the mana of your friends. The next item I usually want to get is the Shadow Blade.
Here I come!
The Shadow Blade allows me to hide the Witch Doctor, sneak up on enemies, and try to finish them with the Death Sword. Also, I can hide away if I'm almost dead, and then, being invisible, run away from the enemy.
On my rounds!
If I'm having a hard time getting enough money to buy the Shadow Blade, I usually first get the Claymore and then the Shadow Amulet to combine these two to the Shadow Blade. This way I'm not running around with a lot of gold unused. Same goes for all other expensive items. This may sound obvious for experienced players, but was not that obvious to me when I started to play Dota 2.
Well, well.
In my opinion, one of the most useful items for early game is the Clarity Potion. I usually buy a lot of these, sometimes up to 10 units in a game. In conclusion, the Witch Doctor is a hero that is really fun to play. He's a great healer and also has pretty substantial damaging capabilities. Stay close to the carrying heroes of your team, especially during early game, when the carriers can really profit from your support, leveling up and gaining gold faster, and therefore giving your team a match-winning advantage. If the dynamics of the match allow you to roam more freely, you can also get a pretty substantial number of kills with the Witch Doctor, especially when using the ambushing tactics.
Attack! Oh, yeah. All's well.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.
You can also click on one of these thumbnails to check out some of the other videos on my channel.